At 6, a jailhouse informant was among the latest witnesses to testify against Peter Gerace. Along with drug and sex trafficking, the Pharaohs strip club owner is also charged with witness tampering. Channel 2's Dave McKinley reports that prosecutors are now beginning to focus on that aspect of the case at the trial that is now in its 6th week. Right, Dave?
That's right, Scott. Among other things, Benjamin Rivera claims he once saw Gerace get angry because a former Pharaohs employee whom Gerace allegedly instructed to threaten a dancer prepared to testify against him botched the job by sending her a message on Facebook rather than making that threat in person, which then left the threat traceable. Rivera and Gerace were housed in the same pod at the Niagara County Jail in 2023. He claims Gerace was chatty about his case and admits it got him to thinking how much he might help himself with his own charges if he were to start informing on him. When under cross-examination by Gerace attorney Eric Sainline, he was asked, "You understood having information about Mr. Gerace could be beneficial to you?" "I did," Rivera said. "My understanding is that it could be helpful, but no one has promised me anything." He claimed another time he was at a transport van and Gerace started shouting, "All rats should die." He was saying anyone could be touched. They won't be able to protect their witnesses. "I have very serious people to tie up loose ends." "It made the hair stand up on the back of my neck," Rivera said. But he also said there were 2 transport deputies in the van along with other prisoners, and Gerace's lawyers indicated through their questioning that the government has yet to produce any of them to verify the claim. Prosecutors also called witnesses today to demonstrate the long association between Gerace and the late state Supreme Court Judge John Michalski. A paralegal who worked for Michalski when he was a lawyer in private practice testified about a letter he tasked her to write on Gerace's behalf when Gerace was about to be sentenced for wire fraud in a separate case in 2006. And Fred Platek, the retired law clerk for State Supreme Court Justice William Baller, testified that Michalski once reached out on behalf of Gerace's brother, who applied for a pistol permit, which was eventually approved, despite Anthony Gerace having a domestic violence incident on his record. Judge Michalski was described by several witnesses as a frequent visitor to Pharaohs, where they allege he would indulge in drugs and sex with dancers. Michalski jumped in front of a train the day after Gerace was arrested and then later committed suicide after an FBI raid on his home. There was an ironic twist to an incident today that caused a delay in the testimony. During lunch, a juror fell on the sidewalk and cracked his head. After a trip to Buffalo General for stitches, the trial resumed some 3 hours later, and Judge Lawrence Villardo asked the juror how he was doing. "Fine, Your Honor," said the man. "Thank you." "Don't thank me," said the judge. "Thank my son. He was the emergency room doctor who helped sew you up." On your side in the newsroom, Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News. Scott.
Interesting twist there, Dave. Thank you for that update tonight. And